Thank you for joining the webinar. While you wait for the program to start, please take the time to register as an Ansara member if you haven't done so already. The fee is 50 ringgit for a lifetime membership. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can enter the chat to ask your questions. If you are having trouble accessing the chat, please send your questions via WhatsApp. You can find the link in the chat. Please include your name and batch here when posting your questions. Enjoy the program.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Just double check semua orang boleh dengar kan? I can see my mic is moving, so I think we're okay. So apa khabar semua? Thank you again for joining us on our third episode of the TMTV webinar series, Videos and Voices. My name is Umar Azmi from batch SPM 2004, and I will be your host for this episode. Co-hosting with me is Sarah from batch SPM 2020.
Hi, Sarah here. I hope everyone is sitting back, relaxing, and ready for our webinar tonight. Please note that if this is your first time joining us, be sure to subscribe to the APG channel so that you can enter the chat for our Q&A session later. Please hit the bell to turn on notification as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are happy to welcome our honored speaker, Mr. Fatah Hashim from batch SPM 2001. I've known Fatah for quite some time. He is my super senior, but we actually shared a very similar path. He stayed in dorm C atas, as did I. He was LDP, and so was I. And we both studied biomedical bioengineering for our degree. Fatah is currently the operations and performance improvement specialist at AirAsia SEA Sdn Bhd. Fatah has consolidated about 15 years experience working as an engineer, business development manager, and operations manager. Continuous improvement is what we are all trying to do. So let's hear what Fatah has to say about this. Now I'll pass the mic to Fatah. Go ahead, Fatah.
Yep. Thank you very much, Omar, and also Sarah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you everyone for joining and participating in this webinar. So without further ado, let me just share my screen. Omar, can you?
Oh, Go ahead.
Allow me to share my screen. Pardon.
Yep, it's fine. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, as you can see, my name is Fatah Hashim. I'm from batch SPM 01, currently residing in Shah Alam. So, here's something about me. Who am I? So, I was born way back in 1984. I came from a very, let's say, huge siblings lah. I can say I have 8 siblings. I'm number 5. Yeah, my dad is a retired government officer, and my mom is not working, a housewife. And as you can see in the photo over here, it's a huge family. So, but unfortunately, my brother just passed away 3 years back. So his name is Abdullah Sofyan. If you guys don't mind, maybe you can please say a prayer Al Fatiha for him. So perhaps he can be rest in peace over there. Yeah. So on the right side over here, you can see my family. This is our latest anniversary photo. That's my eldest daughter, 8 years old. Second one, 6 years old, and the last one is 3 years old. And my beautiful wife, who always there for me whenever I need her, and whenever she needs me. So we always support each other. So a little bit background about me. My latest obsession is basically diving, coffee, and also I guess the really latest interest that caught my is my hobby lah, which is cycling lah. Yeah. So and this is some of the photo, the glimpse of it. Yeah. And so let's continue straight to the point. So what's my learning journey like? So in conjunction with the topic tonight, it's just life continuous improvement. I would like to share with you my learning journey path. Yeah, as Umar mentioned just now, we share a similar pathway in terms of our learning, our courses, and that is how we got things in commons, and we speak the same language lah. Yeah. So before I joined MRSM, I was in the normal high school, daily school, which is a high school clang. And over here, this is where I managed to score, I believe, straight A's over there during my PMR. And then this is where one of my teacher over there, I still remember, my science teacher. She told me that, hey, you got good result. Why do you go for MRSM? I was like, at that time, I have no idea what is MRSM, but I just put a bet, and I just like, yeah, why not? Give it a try. I got good result, so let's go for it. And then I work on all the application together with my dad, and finally, I got into MRSM. So at that time, it was called MRSM Jasin. I still remember the date I entered MRSM was 14 February 14 February. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day, year of 2000. Yep, so that's the first day for my batch. There's about 400 guys and girls over there, so I couldn't remember everyone at that time. But Alhamdulillah, during my times over there, I was this is the only photo that I can find over there. It's just some rugby photos shared by some of the peers that in Facebook most of the time. Yeah, so I was vice president of Lembaga Disiplin Pelajar. Yeah, I'm also a nakib, and normally, as you know, in Jasin we have a very strict in terms of religious activities and all that. So I have my Usra session every say every day, every alternate days, maybe after Asa prayer and all that. We talk about all this, what you call it, Islamic belief about Allah and things like that. Yeah, I'm also the Dom captain for Siatas. Yeah, so this is a rare bunch of people who never change Dom. So I'm there for Form 4, and then I move, and then I stay there. I unfortunately got selected to become a Dom captain as well. So because of the LDP title, so I stayed there, and then until Form 5, and I was the dorm captain for Form 4 at that time. Yeah. So during my time in MRSM, I fall in love with physics and math. These are the two subjects that I love the most. And I think it's just for the physics, I managed to go through and do some quite excellent studies on physics as well. So this is where also I developed my dialect. A lot of Pantai Timur people over there, a lot of Utara people, not so many, but I managed to catch up on their dialects, yeah, and Johor people, and this is also where I developed my social skills, yeah. And then after SPM, I managed to get a very good result, as you know. And then with the trial result, I went to UTM to do my fast track engineering degree, yeah, into mechanical. So this fast track engineering degree meaning that you don't need to do what you call it, a full 1 year program. You can do it in like around 5 months, and then you can jump into second year. So meaning that you save a year in terms of doing engineering. But then again, so with the actual result, I managed to get another offer to further my study into to go to America at that time, and that is where I started back. I joined back the ADFP program, American Degree Foundation program, is way back in 2002, where we do our preparatory over there. And with the SAT, TOEFL score and everything, and the selected course that I choose, I went to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. This is a private school. It's situated upstate New York, yeah, near Albany. So it's in Troy, New York, yeah. So this is where I spent 4 years over there. Yeah, so a lot of things that happens. I say a lot of things, a lot of exposure, a lot of learning, a lot of self revelations that I Alhamdulillah, I think this is where given the opportunities to see myself thoroughly, not just myself, but I think the people surround me also, that get to know me, and I identify what are my strengths, my weaknesses, and things like that. So you can see my photo over there. So in RPI, in a way, I think one of the things that I want to do is to join fraternity. So that is where I got to mingle with a lot of people and have and meet a lot of people. So the fraternity that I joined is a Zeta Beta Tau. So it's actually a Jew fraternity in New York, but it has a lot of people in there, many types. It's multiracial actually. It's just like Malaysia, as you can see in the photo in the middle, right? Yeah. And this is me 20 years ago. Yep, that's me. Quite big, yeah. And then over there also, I managed to graduate and finish my degree in biomedical engineering. I think my focus is in biomechanical, and I also did my minor in psychology. Yeah. So during my time over there, this is my buddy over here, Asfar, who always there through thick and thin, and Ibrahim. Yeah. So without them, I think that I couldn't finish my degree also in a way, but they're always there. And if you can see over here is my project. So this is actually a device to monitor and to assess people with carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, at that time, band sensor is something that is really scarce. Yeah, you cannot find band sensor much. So I have to write a letter to NASA. Yeah, and they give me this band sensor, and I have to program and calibrate it in order to get all the reading and assessment. But it was way back. It was like in 2007 at that time. Yeah, and then that's the people started using computer and all that. Yeah, and this is my badge below here. And as you can see, I did a lot of outdoor activities. I travel a lot in the US, in Europe at that time. So it's really an eye opener for me lah. Yeah. So that is basically the journey of what my learning journey like, and what do I do after that? Yes. After that, I came back to Malaysia. This is I think it's back in 2007. Yeah, and I joined a Belgium company based in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, at that time they only have around 20 people, 20 employees. Yeah, and then these are the people that provide medical services to surgeon, and in order to help and guide them for the surgery. Yeah, so minimal invasive surgery guide, you can say. So the tagline is innovators you can count on. So most of the time they deal with a lot of 3D printing, a lot of what you call that, total knee replacement, total hip replacement, and all that. And when I was there for a good 5 years. Yeah, for a good 5 years before I moved into a different industry. Yeah. So over there, I managed. I somehow from I started off as a medical conversion service engineer. So this what they do is they provide we provide services to surgeon, yeah, to doctors, yeah, and in terms of providing them with all the surgery guides that they need, yeah. So just a rule of thumb over here, when they use all this surgery guide, this will help to minimize the risk and also the anesthetic, yeah, because the less anesthetic that they use, the better, the faster recovery rate that the what you call it, the patient can have, the patient will do. Yeah, and then over there also, after I did some medical conversion work, and then I moved to become an application engineer. I start to deal with all sort of application, especially in Malaysia, India, and all that. So, for example, like over here, you have a cranioplasty implant, right? So in Malaysia, I work a lot with HKL. There's a lot of mat rempit cases, right? You know, right? So when they got into accident, they got their skull crushed. So what we do is we assist the doctor over here to create a prosthesis, yeah, a cranioplasty implant for them, so that they can continue with their life once they recover. So some of other application is like total hip replacement. I bet you guys heard about total knee replacement. That's common, right? Total hip replacement, but with a custom implant. Yeah. So this is where we design the mount, we determine where to put in all the implant, how to fix it, and provide all this by working hand in hand with a lot of doctors. So some of the doctor that I work with in Malaysia is in HKL, USM, Kubang Krian, and all that. And in Singapore, we have some in NUS, and all the way to India. India, one of the IIT, also is one of our biggest customer. So talking about continuous improvement. So I moved from medical conversion engineer. I did some application engineer for the software and sales team, and then I moved up the ladder to do business development. So in a way is interrelated somehow, but business development is a totally different ball of game, I can say. Yeah, because it involves with all the commercial aspect of things, how you deal with people, how you negotiate with people, how you create this awareness, how you create sales funnels, and how you materialize it, hence the name materialize, into a actual sales. Yeah. And then this is where we retain customers and all that. It's a very niche market. So I was there for about 5 years. And then there's one day when I was about to travel to Saigon, I saw an advertisement. Yeah, I need to purchase a ticket, right? So here is where I found it. So I submit my resume to AirAsia. They are looking for management trainee executive. I submit my resume, and here is where I meet. I guess all of you know him. Yeah, he's one of the what you call it. He's an influencer. He's a mentor. Yeah, and he deals with his deals with people very good. So he's basically it's Tony Fernandez lah. Yeah. So my final interview is with him, and at that time when I joined that program, it's like an apprentice program. They have like around 600 people, and then I got shortlisted under the final 30, and then they sent us to a boot camp in Gopeng, somewhere in Gopeng, for 3 days, 2 nights, and they assess us with all our potentials. And finally, interview with him, and this is where my journey started with them. Yeah, so I was with AirAsia for since 2012 up till now. It's almost 10 years, and I did a lot of things with them, especially under the operation. To be specific, more on strategic planning and continuous improvement lah. Yeah. So if you can see over here is a picture that we explore IoT with Samsung in Seoul. We have a regional meetings, the training center, and yeah, Tony likes to give a lot of free flight to the staff. So I managed to get one of it to Paris, but it was quite some time ago lah. Yeah. And also here a glimpse of photos. So when I was a management trainee over there, I got exposed to all the social skills, soft skills, learning, managerial skills, and all that, so that I'm able to become the what you call it. They call it a next generation leader lah. Yeah. So I managed to work with all the big bosses over there, get to know them, and work hand in hand, especially in building the aviation industry. Yeah. And here's a glimpse of the photo at office. Work is really fun over there. I kid you not. So every day I look up to go to office, and there's some of photo that we did. We did some recruitment in India. We had our AirAsia celebration, and then this is my table. We had a hot desking concept, so we can just sit anywhere with our computer and then just mingle with anyone in the office. Yeah. Over there, like I mentioned before, is from biomedical engineering, I jumped into aviation industry. Is definitely a unknown territory for me, beyond my comfort zone, I can say. And inside, when I was with AirAsia, I was I became an executive, and then I moved up later. I became a head of unit. I managed some commercial division. I managed some continuous improvement division, and hence now I'm one of their specialists and also one of their next generation leaders lah. So in a way, like sort of like a pelapis lah. Yeah, in a way. Yeah. So we did a lot of things. As you know, AirAsia is not just about airline, but the whole group is consists of, you name it, they got it. From money, insurance, airlines, cargo, even like services and all that. Maybe in the future they may venture back into healthcare. Yeah, that's the upcoming trend. Yeah. So that's I think that will conclude that what I do in the nutshell. But what I'm here tonight is to talk about continuous improvement. Yeah, continuous improvement is something that basically, if everyone does it, the world can be a better place lah. That's what I believe. Yeah, in every aspect of things that you do, you can always improvise it. Yeah, you can always, for example, how you spend your money. You improvise it by you being thrifty, or you buy a good value product and things like that. There's always a room for improvement. Whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, it's up to you. But in the organization, this continuous improvement is part of the ISO, where the cycles will give back, will have an added value to the organization, whether it's going to save costs, whether it's going to improve efficiency, or even some company made it as a culture. Yeah. So when we become a culture, it become a necessity, and everyone knows about it. Some people call it kaizen, some call it some call it performance improvement, continuous improvement. But the essence, all can be the same, sir. Yeah. So the cycle is you assess, you plan, you do, you check, and you act on it, and you never stop improving. Yeah. So what I'm trying to bring all of you today is to understand in life we can also apply and adopt this concept. Yeah. Not saying it in a serious tone. Yeah. If you really drill down on all the paper, the research that they did around there, especially like Japanese people, it is it's amazing. It's amazing what can be done with it. And if you want to know all this technical term, you can always Google for it. All this Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma, change of management. This is always part of continuous improvement. So I myself a Lean Six Sigma and also a black belt holder. So this is black belt is from some of the GE program lah. So AirAsia have this partnership with GE last time, and then we all being trained under GE to obtain our what you call it, our certificate in order to help AirAsia to grow. So there's a lot of them in within the organization itself. Yeah. And again, this is I'm not trying to say to confuse you with the graph or not. Yeah. But if you look closely at this graph and understand the axis I'm talking about, so everyone, this is talking about timeline lah. This is a concept. It's just a concept. Yeah. So I just want to show you the concept. This is a timeline or jalur masa, you call it, against performance of or prestasi of life. You can name it as a health, wealth, or even a quality of life. Yeah. And everyone have a different graph. Yeah. But one thing for sure is everyone wants the graph to go upward trend. Yeah. And of course, life I say life is fair lah. Yeah. It's not always a good day. Yeah. Sometimes you have a bad day also. Yeah. So when I mean a bad day is a dip lah. Yeah. So when I mean a dip, if you understand, if you look at the graph over here, sometimes you're going up, at the same time you're going down, going up, and then you're going down. So there is a deep curve over there where things doesn't really go as what you're expecting. Yeah. So it can be what you call it, sickness. It can be you're out of job. It can be you got into accident. It can be death in the family. It can be anything. Yeah. So this is where what I'm trying to bring you guys over here is that for every dip that you have in life, yeah, there is a solution to it. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is you need to understand how you deal with it. Okay. So with that, having said that, this is where you can apply all this continuous improvement whenever you're facing all this deep. Yeah. So whenever you see this is it's not really a rocket science, but the thing is you need to understand the concept really well. Yeah. And you have to be really open about it. Yeah. Because sometimes you have to face the truth. Yeah. You have to accept the fact, the reality. Yeah. Life is cruel sometimes. Yeah. 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 For those lucky people, that's fine. Yeah. But for people like me, for people like most of the people, we are not so lucky. So hence, we need to deal with it, and how we overcome it will determine how we're gonna grow. Are we gonna go further? Yeah. So if you understand this is for every dip like I mentioned just now, right? So if this is another concept talking about the Kubler-Ross what you call it, grief curve lah. Yeah. The 5 stages of grief. Yeah. Normally, if you got into all those deep, yeah, you have different level of first shock, yeah, And then when you shock or traumatized, then you got disbelief, or you're in denial that thing cannot happen to me. Yeah, I cannot happen to me. This is unbelievable. So for example, that if you got sickness, right? So no, I don't. I need second opinion. I need third opinion. I need fourth opinion. You're looking for answer. Yeah. And then you got frustrated. Yeah. So it's like banging to the wall. Yeah. Denial, frustration. You got frustrated. Yeah. And this is where you will come into a point where you will have a depression. Most of the people, I kid you not, a lot of people out there is having this kind of depression. Yeah. But whether they show it or not, yeah, is our personal choice. Yeah. Some people, they look lovey-dovey, happy and happy-go-lucky and like that, but deep inside, there are things that we don't know. Yeah, maybe they're in a low mood, they lacking of energy, they're not really, they just show face lah. Yeah. And once that happen, this is where the mind gonna start play tricks on you, which is the bargaining. Yeah. The bargaining. This is like a roller coaster, I tell you sometimes. If you don't understand, if you don't really accept the thing that happened, yeah, and you start experiment with all sort of options, and to make decision is not easy. Yeah, to make decisions. For example, I'm using a very basic example, like if you got sick. Yeah, if you got sick, you got disbelief that you got sick. Yeah, and then you went to all the doctors, and it's just that you still cannot accept the fact. And then the doctors say, this is what you have, this is a treatment that you're going to start to do. You want to do it or not? This is where you need to decide in order to move on. Yeah. But once you make that decision, I tell you, bygone be bygone. Yeah. This is something that if you have decided it, let's move on. Yeah. This is where the integration of things and how you move on. So in a way, there is a science behind it. Yeah. And the trick is to understand and try to apply it with whatever that you are experiencing. Okay. So you guys with me so far? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then next. So this is, it is just now I show you a very up and down curve and all that. But for some people, yeah, maybe they reach a level where they are stable in their comfort zone. Yeah, their comfort zone. Yeah, the performance is okay, my health is okay, my wealth is okay. But then they start to do a reality checks. This is where the quality assurance comes into play. Yeah, the quality checks. They start comparing their life with other people. They start comparing their life with YouTuber. They start comparing their life with all the influencers. Say that, hey, I want to increase the performance of my life. So what do? They apply the continuous improvement. So this is where the process improvement cycle plays a role. Yeah. So is a technique by itself. Yeah. And this again, I mentioned, is not really a rocket science. Yeah. If you want to invest in understand it, there's a lot of training out there that you can understand, or else you just do a lot of reading, or eventually, if you need any guidance or any, you can always come and seek help from me. You can contact Umar, and then we can connect and see how we can improvise. Yeah, especially like company out there. There's a lot of company out there that are facing challenges and bottleneck, and how to increase their improvement. They are good at what they do, but when it comes to process improvement, they got stuck because they are too focused on the good thing that they do. Okay. Okay, so just to show you an example, right? This is me way back in 2003. It's like, oh, it's like 20 years back. So that is me. Yeah, there's a big guy in front of the White House. I was weight around 115 kilos. Yeah, but then after 20 years, Yeah, I managed to shrunk myself through a lot of things, especially habits, habit of food, eating habits, exercise. I don't have any specific regime of exercise. I just do what I want. I just eat what I want. At some point of time, and here I am. Also, this is a picture of me. I got vaccinated. So I hope everyone out there got vaccinated as well, just to make your life much more easier in during this pandemic. Yeah, soon will become an endemic. Yeah. So again, like I mentioned, life is not all lovey-dovey or happy. Yeah. So my life also, I got tested. Yeah. So my meaning tested is I got sick. I think twice. Yeah, twice. Yeah, is really it is not is a very not good experience. But in a way, it teaches me uh, and how to deal with all these grievance. Yeah. So I hope out there when you get tested, especially by God in terms of sickness and all that, please don't lose hope. Yeah. There's always a way. You can come out of it. Just be patient. This is what Allah Subhanahu wa Taala had also wrote in Quran over there. He is with the people who is really patient. Yeah. So this is one case that I got some tonsil issues, and then I got some fungal infection. So I was admitted to hospital for like 2 months. And now I can't work for almost like 3 months, 3 months or so. So at one point when I go into hospital, I think I almost died. I think, yeah. I went to SJMC emergency room. My wife looked at me. I was not really able to walk, even to open my eyes. I told myself, yeah, maybe that's about it. But somehow, luckily, Allah gave me another chance. So Alhamdulillah, here I am in front of you guys, and I really had this tried to make do with all this second chance being given. Oh yeah. So but in a way also, oh, the latest one that I got was I got infected by COVID also lah. That was way back in last before Raya. Yeah, so that time it was another. I don't know what's wrong with my life, but Allah is testing me. So that time I was trying to find a solution. A good gracious God that eventually the people surrounds me really help me, really supports me. Yeah, I can't find any doctors locally, but somehow a very good friend of mine in Dublin, he did some video assessment of me on daily basis. He always give me always say hello, check and balance every day, and try to see and make me really understand about this COVID thing and all the cycle. So Alhamdulillah, and with the knowledge that he given me, I think a lot of people around me that got infected by COVID also, I managed to give them some sort of awareness lah. So that in terms of dealing with COVID, yeah, I'm not a doctor per se, yeah, but with the knowledge that is being given, by the experience that being given, you know what to do. You can be calm. Yeah, the key is calm, patient, and at the end of the day, you can just tawakal to Allah, right? Yeah, what do you do? So that's my test lah. Just sharing with you guys. So if any of you have some kind of sickness or there's don't worry. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, you always have another world there on the other side, but that's another story lah. Yeah. So in nutshell, I can say continuous improvement also in Islam is talking about, yeah, I can say is somehow related to istiqomah lah, istiqomah, because like continuous improvement, you always have an objective, what you want to achieve, yeah, and in our religion also, you always istiqomah when you try to in order to pray, to maintain that consistency, what you call it, of tawakal, of redha, of sabar, and all that, right? So this is where I believe Islam has really teach us. Islam is beautiful, lah. I tell you. If you read deeply in the Quran and all that, it will tell you all sort of stories, and really, I was blinded before. Yeah, I thought I'm the most, what you call it, I guess say lah, human being lah, normal lah. We forgotten, right? There's always somebody who's smarter than us. There's always somebody who is always better than us. Yeah. So in this case, but don't worry. Yeah. I learned one thing is, if you go closer to God come closer to you running, man. Yeah, this what I believe. And then if you let go everything, and then you relieve everything to Allah in a way, it is somehow, yeah, it really open up your eyes. And then the concept of redha, tawakal, that's good gracious. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe one day, this is everyone can experience it. So if you still need some guidance on that, feel free to seek for the teachers, or what you need to do there. Yeah. So that's some of my stories, what I'm sharing with you guys today. And to wrap up, I must say that is a very good opportunity to be able to share this with everyone. And I understand that this is very good initiative being done by Umar and the team. And eventually, what I want to do is in life is to benefit other people. Like Prophet Muhammad says, sebaik-baik manusia adalah manusia yang manfaat pada orang yang lain. So inshallah, I hope this talk really can give impact, or can give some sort of self-revelation or muhasabah diri, or lesson learned to others. Yeah. So you guys don't need to make same silly mistake as what I did. Yeah. And last but not least, be thankful, always bersyukur, accept, embrace, and move on. That's how we continue with life. And that's also how we're gonna eventually move to the other life. Yeah. Okay. That's about it, I believe. Yeah, Umar.
Thanks, Fatah. Let's see. Stop sharing. Good. Let's see. Stop sharing. Okay. All right. I think, yeah, thanks a lot for that. I think we can take a short break. We have intermission. Like I said before, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. I see some questions already. We'll address them right away. I have some questions for Fatah as well. But let's take a short break. And we'll be right back, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Breakfast, roti telur RM2.50, teh ais RM1.80. Lapar lagi tambah kuih RM7. So breakfast saya RM5. Lepas tu fast forward, pukul 1 tengah hari, lapar lagi. Nak makan ayam gepuk. Makan ayam gepuk bayar Grab delivery sahaja RM5. Itulah apa yang kita selalu gunakan untuk duit RM5 kita. At least kepada saya. Alumni Aksara TGB Jasin ada menjalankan kempen RM5 sebulan. Hakikatnya, saya pasti ia tidak menjejaskan perancangan kewangan anda. Ialah RM5 sahaja sebulan. Dan saya juga pasti, collectively, RM5 anda itu ianya mampu untuk kita dapat membantu rakan kita yang mungkin memerlukan. Nama saya Syahril, saya Bendahari Aksara TJP Jasim. Misi alumni kita jelas, wujudkan jalinan ilmu, meningkatkan ekonomi, menyumbang kepada yang memerlukan. Guys, we need you, we need your support. Let's be a part of this. Kalau bukan kita, siapa lagi? Kalau bukan sekarang, bila lagi? Let's do this. Jumpa mana-mana nanti. Your breakfast is on me. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you for joining our webinar session. Let me share with you an interesting fact. ATJ is a non-profit organization which supports all of its members, including current students, alumni, and teachers through various programs. Funding for these programs comes principally through generous donations from MRSM TGP Jasin alumni just like you. So, let's consider to register as a member of ATJ, invite our batchmates, and make a difference.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's see, I think I have some questions for Fatah.
Yes.
So the first one is, I know you talked about, process improvement in your charts more. I think especially for younger generation, I mean, they might not know the concept right now, or maybe it's a little bit hard to grasp. I guess you can explain the concept, but my question is, how do you make this process improvement as a habit? And like what would you do? I know istiqamah. You talk about istiqamah, but what would you do? What would you recommend people do to make it a habit?
Yeah, to achieve that level of understanding about istiqomah, about religion, maybe there's a certain level. But if you think about it, when you were a kid, right, your parents will always tell you to do the right thing. Yeah, to do the right thing, keep on to do the right thing, and then they are very persistent about it. Yeah. So in a way, that when that is some sort of a cycle actually. And then when that is being said or being taught at home, especially talking about not talking about broken home lah, yeah, we're talking about let's say ideal home, right? And then this parents keep on, sometimes you call like your mom always belete and all that, right? But actually what they have is actually they already experience it, yeah? And then they want you not to repeat the mistake, or and make it a habit to listen to whatever that some of the people who are experienced enough to. Of course, you need to find the right people lah. You don't listen to the wrong people. We just that will become a total disaster lah. but to make it a habit, I believe you need to be open and accept and embrace, like I mentioned just now. Accept and embrace, because sometimes you can be right, sometimes you can be wrong, but you never know when you are right and when you are wrong. So that's being open, accept and embrace. I believe, and just sabar. I believe maybe you'll be guided to do the correct thing, inshallah.
So I think in terms of the quality assurance, so that's your mother lah. Your parents will be doing the quality assurance.
Yeah, in a way lah, in a way they did that, but most of the time I'm a very independent son, and I learn through people, through my observation on the outside world. So that is how I experience all this, and then sometimes that is how you understand whether it's right or is it wrong. You experiment with a lot of things, then you find out. Yeah. So if you plan to experiment something or you want to find an ideology that suits to your thinking, in a way, I suggest that you find a teacher, a proper guru, and all that in order to do. Because if you keep on reading, and then you start to perceive things by yourself, by your mind, whatever that you mind, the mind can perceive as much as what you understand. That makes sense, right? So if you don't understand it and you just perceive and you accept, you adopt, it might lead you to a very different path lah. So but yeah, my mom, my parents, yeah, they always there when I need them, and I think for now the quality check is my wife lah.
Yes, yes. So, Sarah, you have any questions?
Yeah, I have one question. So, how can you decide to change the job that is not really related with the things that you have studied before? Do you ever think that it is risky or challenging? Yeah,
Yep.
so that's my question.
Yep. So in this case, if I would say that if you don't try, you never know. Yeah, because in early life, I myself, like, in the beginning, I would like to become a doctor. Yeah, this is my first ambition. But then I was in a crossroad that hey, doctor will take this XX amount of time, engineer this XX amount of time, lawyer this XX amount of time. Then I decide that okay, let's become an engineer. Okay, that's fine. Then when you become an engineer, I become biomedical engineer, and then I make a jump into aviation industry. That's another big jump for my own comfort zone. After I deliberately think about the opportunity that I have, and in terms of the market, in terms of the people that I'm gonna work with, yeah, I guess that initial mindset that I have, I move outside the comfort zone. Yeah, I challenge myself, and I say, like, I think another good point is, if you don't stress yourself, then there won't be any progress. Yeah, so a good stress lah, I mean, yeah, stress in order to progress. So to be progressive, adaptive, you need to challenge yourself. You can't be just following people. You can't just hey, you jump that job, I also want to jump that job lah, and then you find out that yeah. But in a way also, sometimes when you want to become something, yeah, eventually you get to know yourself better, then you know your strength, your weaknesses. So in my aspect, I technical understanding, yes, I can say that I'm fairly good at that, but I'm a more people person. Yeah, most of the time, I adapt well with people, social skills, and all that. Hence, at the current moment is, for example, part of a process improvement is to do change management. This is where I bring all the people together. Hey, we sit down. This is the change that we're gonna adopt. Let's fix a timeline, and I bring everyone together. So this. I believe that's my current role, and that's what I like to do for now lah. Especially in AirAsia, there's a lot of uh, uh, a lot of character in the company, and then Tony brought in like very different, multi-talented character, genius, people centric, influencer, and all that. So when you deal with all of them, you're just like, hey, oh, okay, yeah. But at the end of the day, they are all human. Yeah, we are also human. So let's make the best out of it lah. Yep.
I think this is probably a friend of ours. Nadia Ramli has a question. He said,
Okay.
stay in one company for many years versus jumping ship every 2 to 3 years. Do you have any comment on that?
Uh, Again, I don't really strict myself, but whenever there is there is an opportunity, I will do the risk assessment. Not say a risk assessment, a proper assessment. What would be the pros and cons if I jump company? What would be the opportunity out there? Because sometimes, and I do a lot of uh, talking to other people, get their inputs. Yeah, because on my perspective, on my reading, sometimes it's limited me to see what other people see. So if let's say there's an opportunity for another company, I will come and try to find out. Now you have all the social media platform, you have LinkedIn, yeah, you're able to just communicate with them, or even like Ansara, right? Yeah, you have like what 200,000 alumni across the country. I bet you one of it must be sangkut one with all this industry. So it's always a good thing to be able to speak out your mind, understand what you're going into, and evaluate whether it's a good choice or not. So at the end of the day, it's all about you. Whether you want to make the jump or not, that is all you lah. But for me, have a better, proper assessment, structure wise, and again, yeah. Like last time, if I'm a single guy, bujang and all that, I just gung ho aja all this. But lately, I have family and all that, so the risk or the things that I need to think through, there's quite a few. But somehow I have my wife. She always there. She always think through for me, because sometimes I don't really think straight. She's the one that thinks straight for me. So we work hand in hand lah. So that's what you do with your other half, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we have one more question. In continuous improvement, how do we know when to stop? Because there's a saying, a smart man never quits, a smarter one knows when to quit. Can Fatah elaborate on this? Thank you.
Oh, continuous improvement, when to stop? For me, there is no such thing as a full stop. Yeah, you can put a hold or it for a while. Yeah, but as time move on, yeah, this is where you need to assess, to be innovative, to think what is applied to the current trend. Yeah, so in a way, this again, like I mentioned earlier, this continuous improvement is applied in a lot of big companies, a lot of multinational companies. It's part of ISO as well. Yeah. So in order to you can always find a part where you can always improvise, whether it's cost saving, whether it's process efficiency, whether it's a people or culture. There's always room for improvement. So if you say that you're gonna stop, or you put a hold on it, maybe due to, let's say, funding or limitation, capacity or resources, that's fine. But as myself, I never see it as a full stop. Yeah, same as learning lah. Another example is learning. Yeah, you're always continuously learning. I don't know if anyone over here ever stop learning. I myself, even now, I still learn something new every day. So I never say that. No, I cannot accept that. No. I have to take it in a way that say that, hey, there might be something for me in there. So or for some other people. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone had a quick note. Everyone was our speaker last week. Regarding jumping from company to company, he said, assess also future potential before jumping, right, from company to company. He's like staff jump for 200, 300 extra ringgit. I would assume that's the currency, and in which they would actually gain in 1 or 2 years, through annual increments. Right.
Yep. Some people jump for the money, yeah, but some people jump for the culture, for the socio economy, for the CSR, corporate social responsibility. So there are many reasons why people wants to jump. For example, like a lot of people now, they like to jump to the startup. Yeah, so startup company and all that. So and then later they make a big jump into a very huge company. So there somehow there is a trend there. But then again, I would like to emphasize that is back to you. What is your objective? What you want to do in life? And what's the outcome or your own prerogative lah. I cannot say on my prerogative or my point of view is different from you what you believe, yeah. But if it's something for the better and the good, I say why not give it a try. And then if it's really good, is something that is applied to you, yeah, you know that it will be eased by God, so it might be the good choice. You never know. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you know, trying something new, like you said, like taking a risk, especially when you're younger, just graduating college, university, you know, that's the time to do it when you don't have a lot of commitments. I mean, it's still not an
Yep.
easy thing to do, but I think you know, our age, we've been told time and time again when we were younger, you know, to take risks, to try new things, right? So
Yeah, yeah. It's sort of a limit, kind of limiting, but trust me, if you have that kind of challenges that you're thinking, meaning there's a bigger challenge upon you, actually, yeah. So if you manage to go through that thing that you're thinking of, you grow big, man. You're gonna go big. I kid you not. Certain people, like, they won't be very successful at age at 35, 40, but somehow they make the jump at 45, and somehow they hit jackpot. You never know. You never know. Yeah? Yeah.
yeah, that's true. There was another comment by one reviewer asking for reading material recommendations. I know you read quite a bit. Is there anything that we should, you know, open up to learn more about continuous improvement?
Ooh, continuous improvement books. There are a couple books out there. I can say one thing, but the recent book that I read is a very old book. It's not a new book. Yeah, it's an old book written by Sheikh Al Qadri. It was written is a Indian scholar. He's talk about La Tahzan, Inna Allah Ma'ana. So basically, he say, don't be sad because Allah is always with you. And in that particular book, it's very interesting because at this time of pandemic time, right? Like when you are helpless, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to improve. But when you open that book, somehow the how it is structured, how it is written, somehow it hits right to the spot. There's around like what, five people that I recommended that book already. I even buy them that book and then just give it away. So it's like, and then they're really grateful that they found that book. So there is a Malay version of it. If you go to MPH, I think they have that book. Yeah, and in there also, I believe there is a continuous improvement cycle being said, but not directly. But it's good for the soul also lah. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll ask one more question. I think it's just tongue in cheek, but you know, do you
Uh,
miss biomedical engineering?
Oh man, I miss it so in a way lah, because that job satisfaction is really what I look at before this. Yeah. So in the previous job, we did a lot of all this cranioplasty implant, and then you can see all this helpless people. They don't know what to do. As well, fractured skull, fractured mandible, fractured femur, fractured a lot of things. So what we do is we provide that service to help them recovery. It's like doctor in a way, that satisfaction that I got from biomedical engineering. But kind of miss, but who knows, maybe an opportunity one day I'll come back into the healthcare industry. Never know, right?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Malaysia being a good destination for medical tourism. So we'll see.
Yep.
I think we're at the end of our program. Orang pun dah tak ada soalan, and it's already 10 o'clock. Of course, like I said, like Fatah said, if you are interested in getting in contact with him, I don't know if he'll share his personal info, but you can certainly contact us, Ansara Muda, or myself. You've seen. I guess you can go to our website to find out about that, and I can pass your information to Fatah. You can connect with him direct.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you got my Instagram handle over there also, and if feel free to get in touch with me. I'm more than open, especially with the current situation, working from home, so there's a lot of time.
True. I didn't play the banner before, but Ansara TGB Jasin ATJ is looking for volunteers for our media team. So whoever's watching is interested in being a videographer, photographer, website admin, things like that, then please contact us. We'll really appreciate your help. So again, I want to thank our speaker, Fatah. Thank you so much for your time. We hope everyone learned and benefited from this webinar. And please stay tuned for our next episode next week. Same time, same day. Sarah?
Yeah, we also want to thank to the small but kita ATJ team members that contribute to make this webinar talk happen. So yeah, so if you would like to be part of our team, it's always open to everyone. Okay, so please contact us to learn more. Take care and good night. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, everybody. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.